Dark times, light spirits. Death. Death means nothing to the Guardians. It is but a minor inconvenience. Nor to the Vex who have soldiers from across time, nor to the Cabal with their overwhelming numbers. And to the Hive, death is power. They feed off it and grow. But to the Fallen, every scrap is meaningful and nothing goes to waste. Every life counts. But every death counts more. The day so far had been a shit show for Sam. First he was offwoken by something claiming to be called a ghost in some other country because he had been driving through Russia while it was summertime and the Cosmodrome had been under construction. Then some alien-looking arseholes who his ghost had claimed were the Fallen shot and killed the little machine that had claimed to have revived him and called him a guardian. A guardian of what? Apparently the last city on Earth. It was almost like he had woken you into a bad sci-fi movie. Then after his ghost was shot it had told him it was transferring all its light to him and shot some glowy shit at him. And you know how in the movies the aliens always have super high-tech machines and spaceships and shit. Well, the ship that these spider things dragged him off to was a piece of shit, and a massive one too. They muttered to each other in their garbled language before pointing at the huge ship and said one word. Catch. Sam wasn't sure whether that was the name of the ship or whether they were just telling him to get on, but either way it sounded fucking dumb. As they led him through the ship it surprised him that some of the creatures actually looked vaguely feminine and without all of the armor and just clothes. A lot of them looked pretty humanoid too. Eventually his captors found their way through the tangled mess of corridors to his quarters, which looked a lot more like a broom closet with makeshift bars that had been broken, welded back on, broken, welded back on, and apparently partially broken again. Sam wondered if the Fallen handyman just hadn't been around lately. He was shoved into his room quite roughly before the door was slammed and he was surrounded in suffocating darkness. Once his guards remembered to turn his light on he had a lot of time to think. He spent a lot of the time studying a tattoo on his left arm that he had got whilst serving in the military. It was mandatory to get your arm tattooed with your statistics, his red race, human specialty, hunter length spent in military. There were 10 stripes next to the last one for each year he spent fighting for his country, his planet. He was actually a New Zealander at birth, and grew up there for most of his life but moved when the Traveller arrived, because New Zealand quickly became the poorest country on Earth. Not as much of the technological advancements made it there thanks to the isolation from the rest of the world New Zealand offered.